I was like, what is this about? What?
That's okay, though. For being so young, you're very, very smart. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther.
Hello and welcome everyone. Can you hear me okay? I hope everyone's having a lovely day. This is going to be episode 2 of my new unschooling show. Let's see if I can get this link pasted in the chat. Oh geez, that's not what I wanted. I tell you, I don't know why I'm so nervous this time. I have a lot of thanks to say. There we go. My mouse finally cooperated. Hello. Let's wait and see how many people we can get before I start going off on... I can't even figure this out, can I now? I wish I knew how many. Great. Hi, guys. First 5 minutes of the show all the time. Hear me ramble. I hope everyone's lovely and having a good time. I guess I'll just go ahead and just jump into it. I gotta fix this stuff now. Guys, OBS is a handful. I think I'm doing it right though. Much love, Andy. Saddlebum, Stephanie, Space Miner, and Justin. Thank you guys for being here. Let's go to... I'm having a wild hair day, so forgive me for that. But hello. How are you all? Grandma's watching the kids. There's just a bunch yelling. Hi, tapered bodies. How are you? Hello. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and get into it then. I gotta be pretty quick. I wanted to have a bit of a longer show today, but I guess Grandma's on a time constraint, so we are, she just yelling out there. We're gonna just get on into it. Last Friday, Melodome hosted a trivia for charity. He's been doing a fantastic job with his trivias, and Andrew has, the questions are always great. He puts in so much work and takes so much pride in it. I love it. It's really a beautiful thing that he's doing, and Austin and everybody else involved, and anybody who's ever donated and just been there in the chat, sent a like or a comment. Like, you guys are all great. I don't know how to thank anyone as much as I need to thank those who did donate, because you guys really have, you've done a lot for me. I don't know. I don't want to cry. I'm trying not to cry. No crying. Did you forget to hit start on Rockfin? I hope I didn't. It's supposed to just start on OBS. Your stream is ready to go live. Go live. Okay, I guess Rockfin's gonna be a bit behind then, yeah? I thought it was already live. That's weird. Well, can't all be perfect. I get weird flukes like that. Last one was like near flawless. I was suspicious. But I just wanted to share with you guys at the end of, let's see, the theme page. Sorry guys, I'm trying to think of how to screen share and tell you about what's happening at the same time. At the end of the, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm sorry if I'm not making much sense right now. At the end of the trivia for charity, there was about just like $2,000 worth of donations between Cash App and the GoFundMe and everything that came through. I wasn't even expecting $1,000. You guys are beyond beautiful for that. And then I was making breakfast for the kids, and I was thinking about what bills I needed to pay, where I was going to be at, what I needed to put on Skylar's books and the phones and all this other stuff. I got an email saying that my goal had been met, and I was just taken aback. I was like, what are you talking about? There's something that's not right. So I went into the GoFundMe, and somebody, I'm going to cry again. I've been sobbing with tears of gratitude and thanking God all day long that I don't know who you are, you beautiful, beautiful soul, but gosh, okay. They donated $4,000, guys. I can't even, and I don't know. That's insane. But I just want to go down and shout some people out and say thank you. Of course, the anonymous donor. I don't even know how to say thank you. $42 from Anonymous, $30 Mike and Julie. Gosh, I'm so emotional. Jeremy Bird, you've donated so many times. And at this point, you're probably the only reason I have my car. Thank you. T. Baggins, Harmon, Flat Earth Nation, James Cameron, Justin Johnson, Brianna, Wes, Ryan Boucher, Adam Merrill. I got your email back today, Adam. I'm going to finish that blanket. I had a question for you. I wanted to see if you'd maybe want me to make 2 instead of 1 because you do have children, and I thought maybe that would be nice, but I could just make one great big one. That's what I was intending to do. Christopher, Chad, Tobias, Thomas Yates, Ashley, Craig, Walter Johnson, Mr. Jeremy Bird, everywhere in here. Bill, Josh Corey from Iron Realm, Andrew Baker himself. I'm so emotional right now. Daryl Davis, William Thompson, Stephanie, Ryan, Nuba. Nuba is awesome, guys. If you don't know who Nuba is, he's a great guy. He's always helping out in the background. He's who designed and made Skylar's website. And he's just helped out with a lot of other people's stuff in the background. I don't think he gets enough recognition. And Andrew Baker and Jeremy again. I keep bumping the table. So that was what I wanted to share with that. I don't know how many people are still listening. I don't know how to check on the YouTube, but we're just going in. 10 people maybe. I don't know how everybody's like, oh, this is how many's in my chat, and I'm just maybe completely blind. Oh my goodness, I'm so emotional. The new moon is coming, so. Oh no, my list. Excuse me. I need that. Let's see. Let me do this while I organize the unschooling. For those of you who don't know what unschooling is, it is unschooling or unschoolers are those of us who homeschool, but we're focused more on the experimental process of our child of learning and their desires to become educated. So today my son was really wanted a chocolate cake. So we learned about baking and our measurements and everything like that. We made a chocolate cake today, so that was fun. But and just things like that. Gosh, I'm so emotional. I can't. I'm not gonna cry again, guys. It's not gonna happen. We're gonna have a good show. I'm gonna get past this. Riker's been doing fantastic singing. I had a video to share of him, but I didn't get it pulled over because Grandma was late showing up, and she's been quite cranky. So I'm trying to get things going and skip probably straight into the meat of the matter, which is, let's see, this video here. I know we've talked about a lot the Florida's school system and stuff, but that's where my kids are at, and that's where I know a few other flat earth homeschoolers are at. So but if you guys would like me to focus on a specific state or story or something, please absolutely drop it in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to be, what topics you want me to talk about, what age ranges, any and all of the above. Am I doing good? Am I doing terrible? Who knows? Only you guys do. But the White House representative, I can't remember her name for the life of me. Excuse me. Her name is Jean Pierre. Slams the Florida Board of Education's approval of expansion of what critics call the Don't Say Gay law on Wednesday. This was 6 months ago, but it kind of goes into what's being done today, what's happening today, which is the Florida public schools are bringing forth a bill talking about deregulating certain mandates within the schools, while also bringing forth a lot of positive things that most people would be like, yeah, go ahead, that's all I need to hear. But they're all, they're kind of piggybacking some other stuff in there. If I can get these ads to go away. Oh my goodness, I didn't screen share it. I didn't transition it. I'm sorry, guys. Haha, here I am. Oh, shame. Cool. Okay. I'm going to all right, we're gonna play this, and then I'm gonna mute my mic and step out real fast to see what the heck's going on with Grandma. She's just yelling.
About the decision yesterday made by the Florida Board of Education to expand the state's dystopian Don't Say Gay law. As this measure takes effect, it will prohibit all students up to seniors in high school from learning about or discussing LGBTQI+ people in the classrooms. Teachers in Florida have already faced the devastating consequences of the existing law. Under threat of having their licenses revoked, gay teachers have been forced to take down pictures of their spouses from their desks and censor their classroom materials. Censoring our classes is not how public education is supposed to work in a free country. Conservative politicians love to complain about the so-called cancel culture, all while threatening teachers with losing their jobs if they teach something that the MAGA extremists don't agree with. President Biden believes teachers and students should not be pawns in a political game or a political stunt. We will continue to fight for students across the country to receive a world-class education, including free from discrimination and also censorship.
The House passed a bill this morning that would amend Title IX's definition of sex to be based entirely on an individual's genetics at birth. Does the White House have a position on that bill?
I don't have a position on that bill, but we've been very clear that the administration is committed to protecting LGBTQI+ kids at school. That's why last year the Department of Education proposed a rule to clarify that LGBTQI+ kids have fundamental civil rights protections against discrimination in our nation's schools. Last week, as you know, the ED proposed a rule that helps clarify how those protections would work in the context of the athletics. Clearly, the Education Department could certainly lay that out more, but we believe that we are committed and we want to make sure that we're protecting LGBTQI+. I don't have anything specific on this particular.
And on that topic, the transgender actor.
The administration is going to do everything that they can to protect LGBTQI+ people who are under attack, and that's what we've been seeing across the country, especially in state houses. And so we're going to fight alongside them to protect their rights. They should be allowed to be who they are, who they want to be, and they should be able to speak out against, and we should be able to speak out, and others should be able to speak out against hate and discrimination. And finally, I want to speak to something else that urgently needs.
Okay, I didn't get to watch it with you guys at the beginning, but if I do remember correctly, forgive me if I'm wrong, correct me, please. She did say somewhere in there that it's not a matter of parents' rights, and that concerned me. Let me see, where is he? Give me 1 second, guys. This guy's great. I found a video and we're gonna watch in just a second when I can pull it up. I gotta change the screen so I can go into my Facebook and get it. This is Yoder. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that and be silly, but they're constitutional litigation. What brought me to them was the video, and I just wanted to check it out, see if they were legitimate. Because I was, curious. They're advocating for equal rights for our straight children and to identify that in the classrooms just like they are demanding for the pride. You don't have to be part of the LGBTQ community to be treated equally. The law is clear on this, but until now, there hasn't been a resource or plan to enforce the anti-discrimination provisions applicable to all students that receive federal financial assistance. This guide explains the rights you have as a heterosexual parent or student and sets a plan of action to halting the force-fed gay pride agenda, and it's time to take back control of our children's education and ensure parents, not teachers, decide when their children learn about sexual-related materials. I don't know about you, but I've had some teachers in school that were much too immature to have been a teacher at that age. Like, some of my teachers were 21, and I was like, they were my teacher in high school, and I knew them as a high schooler when I was in elementary school. It was so weird. And I didn't feel like I was getting an adequate education as a young child at all. I felt like I was smarter than everybody around me all the time. But that's another story. But after reading the guide, if you and your child wish to take a stand and protect his or her entire school district, we have an activism kit available for you to, I'm stuttering all over the place today. They have an activism kit available for you to begin pushing back and ensure all students are treated equally. I have not downloaded the kit because I haven't had the time. I have been calling lawyers and paying bills. Thank you again. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to say thank you anymore for that. But here, oh, there's the video. I already had it pulled up. Perfect.
Need to get addressed. Every classroom in America has a rainbow flag or a progress pride flag or whatever. They all look like barcodes to me at this point. Point being is, what about this flag? How many of you guys have ever seen one of these? The reason I'm asking is because viewpoint discrimination is very clear. You can't censor one person's view on a topic if it's being spoken about at all. You're going to talk about gay stuff, you can talk about straight stuff. So let's say you go to school, ask a teacher to hang up one of these in the classroom next to the pride flag. They're going to probably say no. But let's just say that they didn't know any better. So you need to educate them. And you give them a packet full of case law that lays out very clearly their obligations under federal law and what is required of them as a government entity or in public schools. And then you go back the next day and ask them to hang the flag up again. Well, at that point, if they say no, that's intentional discrimination because you put them on notice of their obligations. And that could give rise to punitive damages. I've seen cases go for anywhere between $300,000 to $1.1 million. And it just so happens I have a packet full of this information, case law, laying it out very, very clearly on my website. So you can go to our website, yoderlavalia.com or yoderesq.com, both under the resource tab, and get your packet. Download it for free. Go to school, ask them to hang up one of these, see what they say. If they say no, give them the packet. If they say no again, sue them. Pretty simple. Let's see what happens.
I put that link in my bio, dude.
What do you guys think? What do you think about that? I think that it's a pretty smart action. Should I drop the link in the chat? I think maybe. Let's copy it. I was going to drop it into the Telegram for homeschool. My kids have been trouble, and that's all I hear them getting into out there. Forgive me, I'm just so out of energy today. I'm not as chipper as I was last week. I don't know if I have time to read the bill that I wanted to read. It's gonna bore everybody out of here already. People don't like boring stuff like me, apparently. Why isn't this cooperating? Thank you. This is the bill. It was actually, I believe, getting brought forth today to be voted on. House Bill 1, which was this. Florida schools seek to drop third grade to high school exam requirements. And what do you need to know? This was written on the 14th of this month. by Brandon and Pensacola. Stalling so I don't have to read, but I have to read it. Page unresponsive. Wait. I didn't even like read what I was doing. I just hit cancel. Let me read this. All these freaking pop-ups. Some Florida lawmakers are looking at nixing decades-old school regulations after the, excuse me? I was reading that. Between this and my kids yelling out there, I don't know what's funnier, guys. I'm just here for a comedy show at this point. God, I can't even get on TikTok anymore, Stephanie. I turned off the notifications and I just stopped getting on there. It's annoying. I know Skylar's gonna be mad that I haven't been like keeping up with his 13,000 followers, but like that's 13,000 people. I don't want to have to tell I don't want to have to manage so much more. Not ready for that. This responsibility is. You guys really slapped it on me with that trivia. Florida schools seek to drop the regulation requirements. That's what we were talking about. School regulations after a passage of HB, which expanded. Okay, so I guess it did pass on Wednesdays. What I misunderstood. I thought it was being addressed today. Which expanded the state's school voucher programs, invalidating the need for some Florida's accountability laws according to conservative lawmakers. So they're saying they've expanded school vouchers, so like, here's more money, but we're also saying some schools don't need to report anymore, which I find is concerning. And I found questionable things in here, but I don't have the time to read it in detail like I wanted to, because she's put me on a time frame here. What time is it now? They still want to talk about the bubble Cymatics that I found. That's fun. You guys are still seeing this, right? Cool. Dumping rain in South Florida, flooding a bit swampy. Yeah, it's been raining all day here. I wouldn't say like raining, it's been like icky. Just somber-ish, but I like it. I like the rain, I don't mind it. Cleansing. It's what grandmother would call it. These videos and make comments about that. I'm gonna get caught in the chat, guys. Hello and thank you for everybody tuning in and showing up. Today's episode of Unschooling is a little boring. I really wanted to get into this bill that they just brought forth in the Florida Senate. I can't read out loud as quickly as I read. In my head, tuition and fees for part-time. See, I don't know how to feel about this because of what we discussed in the last episode was all of the abuse in the public schooling and the lack of regulation on reporting, and now they're passing a bill saying that they're going to further deregulate that reporting. It's just, I don't know how to, like, in a sense, the bill was great because they were talking about think that was in the first page. They were talking about private schooling and homeschooling schools getting more funding, more money. And in what manner, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's probably the homeschooling through the public school, which that's still just an entirely separate public school. If you are going to homeschool your children, please pull them out of the public schools. I have a lot of friends that are homeschooling. I wouldn't call them friends, acquaintances that I've come across that are homeschooling, but they're still having a teacher of public school employment teach through a webcam to their kids, and they just have to be like in the room. And I had mixed feelings about it because I don't really know what the curriculum is for the the online school curriculum. I don't know what that is. But what I do know is that the woman running the online schooling in Polk County in particular is Lindsay Sharp. Lindsay Sharp, Skylar covered a article on her, oh gosh, I wonder if I can bring it up right now. You guys gonna see how slow I type? This is why I like having everything pulled up, is because you'll see how slow I type. I think it's Lindsay Sharp, Illinois Public School. Yeah, there we go. I spelled it wrong, huh? Okay, so she is currently in charge of the Florida online public school, homeschool curriculum, whatever you want to call it. She was overseeing the employment of this man who has had allegations against him. Skylar covered it in one of his earliest episodes. I think it was like his third or fourth one, maybe. About how he was sexually abusing children, and that there were cases where the children told the teachers about it, and the children were just removed from the classroom. They were only that's literally what happened to me when I was just removed from the bedroom. I was just like, he was just moved to grandparents' house when I wasn't there. Like that kind of stuff. It didn't stop it. It just stopped it while he was at grandma's. Like, what the heck? It just stopped it while they weren't in his class, but these kids have to still be around this guy. But anyway, like, he's, to my understanding, he's in jail now. She was involved in the court case because she was overseeing him along with the current superintendent, Hyde. I forget what his first name is. But these guys are still... And Polk County sheriff came out, was like, oh, we did our due diligence and da-da-da-da-da, but, like, I'm sketch on, like, we know how corrupt Polk County is. They're an imperial county. They operate on their own rule. What was it, 90, somebody said it was 91 that the Queen came to Florida? She came to Lakeland. Okay, she like deemed the swans royalty, so nobody can harm a swan. There's freaking swan statues all over Lakeland. Like, everything's sketch with all of it. But they want to deregulate it further, so less. If you want to be active in your kids' schools, it doesn't matter if you have kids of your own in public schools right now, if you have cousins in public schools, if you are able-bodied, I don't, like, go to the PTA meetings. They're open. I'm pretty sure they're public and anybody can sit in, and I'm pretty sure Alex Stein did a whole bit where he went into PTA meetings. So we can make a chant. We, just like we can speak out about the books we don't want in our libraries, we can speak out about the type of education our children are getting. I couldn't find the video. There was one where I don't want to say I was wrong. I'm going to be wrong if I try to guess where it was, but it wasn't, I don't believe it was in America. He found out that they were doing a reading circle with the trans, and he's like, nah, screw that. He came into the classroom to get his child, and these men dressed up as women, like they weren't even like full, like some go full drag, but they weren't even like, they were just like really creepy looking, and like, it was really creepy. But they were blocking, like in a wall, blocking his dad from allowing him to get to his child, and like it was appalling. It was disgusting, and the teachers were helping keep him away from the children, and he was just trying to keep his daughter away from this whatever it was going on in there, because they wouldn't allow anybody to know what was happening. When the parents that did show up were like, "Hey," it was, I don't know, it was a whole thing. And I couldn't find the video of it. I think it got taken down. Imagine that. But upon looking for ways that you could be active in your community, I don't know where everyone is in our viewers, but I did find this resource. I'm going to drop it in the chat and in the Telegram after the show. Oh my gosh. My mouse never works. Like, I need to get a new one. I don't know why I haven't. Copy. Okay, guys, sorry. I am buffering, right? I don't know if anybody is in. Where was it? I saw South Wales. I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I'm sure. Paste, Grandma's yelling again. She's so cranky today. Short format, very true. These children these days have an attention span. Chilling. Shout out to everybody in the chat still. Thrashless, Stephanie, Big Pine, Effed Up World, Chilling. Thank you guys for hanging out, being here. I forgot to drop my link in my own Telegram. But there's that. That is for those in that area that want to join the homeschool or unschooling process. It gives you steps on how to do it, what it is, a lot more resources than I found for my area. I'll give you that. I don't know what some of these things are, but I'm sure if you live in that area, you will know. And then they have the application for your initial registration for the homeschooling. In Sydney? I don't. If you live in that area, I hope it's beneficial to you. I guess I need to do a little bit more reading. I am tired, guys. I'm running out of steam here. Let's jump over here to the bubble cymatics that I found.
Cymatics, you're probably going to want to sit down for this one. This is a bubble attached to a speaker, and it can create holograms. But it also gives us some clues into our big gassy friend in space. Now, this is a pretty easy way to view cymatics. You just need a bubble and a speaker. And you can do this with one speaker or two, like this guy, and they connect. And when you push a frequency through it with a ring light, you get to see the sound through the bubble. And the sound can make some crazy shapes, like my favorite one here, the life-giving energy container, the Taurus. Now here's where I'm gonna break your mind. This way of viewing cymatics can create 4D shapes, like the Klein bottle, just by using a frequency and a ring light with a bubble. We can conceptually visualize shapes that are outside of 3D reality. Now that's insane. You want to know more? I actually have a book on it.
I did not look up the book, but I should have. That would have been better. What I did find was this. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows more about Cymatics than I do, because I know little. Who's calling me? I don't know who this is calling. I'll call him back. Kids are screaming. Okay. Am I still in the call? Do I still have the Zoom up, guys? Oh my gosh, what's happening? It is, it's back here. Well, let's see if anybody wants to jump in and talk. That would be great. I would be less boring. I always do better when I have someone to talk to. I'm just realizing that I could have done it like that the whole time instead of bringing up that separate page. Love to learn more. I was hoping that maybe I could talk Alan into jumping on, but I didn't ask him. I forgot to last night. I was very sleepy. Shout out to Alan for the picture for the thumbnail, because I was having a terrible time trying to get one. So I'll just go ahead and read this then. I got a voicemail. Guys, we'll have to look at that later. Sometimes it puts the voicemail in a text, but did not this time. Okay. The journey of curiosity. What is cymatics? Cymatics is the study of sound and vibration made visible typically on the surface of a plate, diaphragm, or membrane. If you don't know what a diaphragm is, it's like, something that's cupped. From ancient, oh gosh, I learned what this, I'm not going to try to do it. I went and tried to pronounce this yesterday, and I had it down, and now I can't remember what it is. From the ancient Greek word, I think koia or something like that, meaning wave. Cymatics is a set of modal vibration phenomena, the study of visible sound and vibration. The term was coined by Hans Jenning, 1904 to 1977, a physician of natural. I'm sorry, guys, I can't read in this light. A physician and natural scientist in cymatics and the study of wave phenomena. He concluded that this is not an unregulated chaos, it is a dynamic but ordered pattern. The multiple forms of universal geometry, symmetry, and beauty that emerged through the Renaissance varies. Goodness gracious. Renaissance in various mediums allows us to ponder the nature of sound, vibration, form, and many other questions. You see it here represented in the shells of turtles, which I think is beautiful. Tortoises are like my favorite thing in the world right now. I absolutely love them. Fun fact about a tortoise, I'm sure most people know that they are born with the yolk that they absorb. Right, they're hatched, and they have a yolk that they absorb into their belly, and then they survive on that for the first few days until they're like, tough enough, and they know they're going to be able to survive, and then they go and eat what they eat and do their thing. But some tortoises, like Galapagos tortoises, have been sonogrammed 2 and 3 years after hatching, still having that yolk sac inside of them. So they will retain and allow that yolk sac to go dormant until they need to use that nutrition, which I think is incredibly interesting, because a lot of reptiles have the ability to go dormant in general. And I'm wondering if humans can't adapt to the same abilities of. That's another conversation. that's another conversation. Let me check the chat real fast. Thank you, Thrashless. I'm gonna have to listen to your music sometime. I see you've got a bunch of stuff posted, but I never have an opportunity to sit down and listen. I'm always on the run. So, oh my goodness me out there. Uh-oh, little tiny baby saying uh-oh every time he makes a mess. He thinks if he's cute, he can get out of it. Sorry, guys. Ernest, I'm not gonna try and embarrass myself here. Ernest here was a German musician and scientist, sometimes known as that makes sense that he was a musician, that he just discovered this. Sometimes known as the father of acoustics, almost certainly had access to hooks, Oh, Hook's work. Okay, sorry. Who is Hook? Did I miss something? The term was coined by Hans Jenny, a physician and natural scientist. Okay, that Hans, and now we're gonna go into just trying to make sure that none of these guys are like related to the story here they're giving me. Almost certainly had access to Hook's work, but it is Ernest who history has chosen to. I don't think this is written well, but it's Ernest whose history is chosen to acknowledge for his major study in this class of phenomena. He used a sand-strewn brass plate excited by a violin bow, since the brass is a highly resonant material. He found that the large number of archaeopage. Oh my gosh, I have a stutter terribly today. I don't know how to say that. Archetypal something geometric patterns. You guys, I'm sure, are laughing at me, and yes, do that. Okay, so we're gonna reread this sentence. He used a sand-strewn brass plate excited by a violin bow, since brass is a highly resonant material. He found that a large number of the geometric patterns could be created depending on where the edge of the plate on the bow was drawn, and these patterns are known as the I'm not saying his name. Hans Jenny was the guy who coined the term Cymatics, studied visual sound intensively. A physician, fine artist, pianist, philosopher, historian, and empirical researcher. I'm gonna take a drink and just you guys take a laugh. I keep just like hanging, like my tongue just stops working. He is nicknamed the father of Cymatics between 1958 and his death in 1972. Jenny, wow. Okay, hold on. That's early. Like, not early, but like that's not that long ago. Jenny conducted a wide range of experiments documenting the effects and sound on energy in various media. The inspiration for the exploration into Cymatics is steeped in why do y'all make up such weird words to sound just a philosophy founded by Rudolf Steiner, which states that human beings can intellectually access and uncover elements of an existing spiritual plane. humans can intellectually access and uncover elements of an existing spiritual. I believe that some of this is what they were talking about in the Glowbusters episode the other day, and it ties in with meditation and astral projection. My next episode, I've been it's going to tie a little bit into the cymatics and frequencies of music and how that affects us and how it can be used to hurt, heal, and grow, and to speak to our environment, and how plants see us through this. Plants can see us. If you didn't know that, that's something I found out. But that's for the next show. Grandma's yelling out there. We haven't even been live that long, I don't feel like. Lord Racer, thank you for enjoying the show. Aurorian. Check back in an hour. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen you here before. Thank you for joining. Hello, Brianna. Lord Racer, you are a beautiful people. You all are beautiful people. Beautiful souls. Incredibly kind and giving, and have changed the entire community has just completely changed my outlook on how I see myself in my life. So I appreciate you all. To I can't even, I don't want to cry again. We're going to get into it. What a sound. Here is the human perception of sound, but this varies depending on the organism or device's sensitivity to a spectrum of vibration. So essentially, we could say that sound is a longitudinal pressure wave, waves in which the displacement of the medium is the same direction as or the opposite direction to the direction of propagation of the wave. The waves in which the displacement of the medium is in the same direction as or the opposite direction to the direction of the propagation of the wave, and propagates through a medium by a compression and refraction of molecules. Molecules don't radio, excuse me, molecules don't radio. They don't radio. No, they don't. God. Don't radiate out with the wave, and they stay in the average of the same position. I cannot believe I'm having such a hard time talking today. I think I'd be more ready, but maybe just singing do re mi for 3 hours doesn't prepare you to do a speech. Let's do this. I cannot read these. Oh, this is the okay, so this is the example of the pressure wave, and this is the example of the, oh gosh, excuse me, probably the worst. I can't read what that says. I think this is the longitudinal left, right, something. See, this is why I wanted Alan or someone that knows what the heck I'm talking about. Because I know Alan's talked about this a few times, either briefly or in depth on his channel. Alan at Space Audits, he's awesome. He participated in the trivia, so did Shane St. Pierre. You guys are awesome. Everybody. But I soon, on topic of the bubble cymatics, I'm going to try and figure out how I can do this with the kids, because I think it would be a fun homeschool experiment. It's something simple enough, and with a parent's assistance, it shouldn't be, extremely dangerous. Don't use a speaker. I would suggest doing like they did with the brass plate and a violin bow. You can do this with sheet metal, anything that's, glass. You can do it with a pool. You can do it with pools are really fun. I saw one where somebody was just holding their finger on the edge of the bird bath, and you could see the waves start to make patterns in the shadows on the fence. It was so cool. It's been a while. I don't know where that video would have been. Wish I could have found it. 4:20. Let's take a break right fast, guys. Let's take a break before we move into it. I maybe be able to read a little bit better. Much love, Sarah. What is going on with the weather, guys? I don't watch the news. I just kind of like search what I want to know. So I don't know what's happening with the weather. Last time the hurricane came through, I didn't know there was a hurricane until like the day before, and they're like, "You got your milk and water and your eggs," and I was like, "What? Why?" But we were fine. Everything was okay. But yeah, let's take a break right fast. Let's go into that, and I will see you guys in a minute.
I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. Hey, my name is Tristan, and I'm in second grade, and I asked my teacher to show me an experiment where water curves. She couldn't do it because it doesn't curve. The water always finds its water.
What'd your teacher do?
She just didn't talk to me anymore. All she did was walk away. And I was like, what is this about? What?
That's okay though. For being so young, you're very, very smart. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther. She couldn't do it. I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther.
Sorry, guys. Kids decided to raid the room. Yes, Stephanie, thank you for answering that question. Chilling, I'm gonna cry again. Just a little bit of information, guys. I was really really struggling. Like, I was about to give the car back, because then I wouldn't have the car payment, I wouldn't have to have the car insurance payment, but then I'd be reliant on help for rides and stuff with the kids. But I thought maybe I'd get around that, but then all of this happened, so I don't want to cry again. I'm not going to cry again. I'm thankful beyond belief that whoever it was that donated that, I'm almost suspicious. Like, I don't feel like I'm deserving of such a large donation. But mine, yeah, absolutely chilling. Like, I'm just trying to smile instead of sobbing, because just making eggs this morning. I was watching Iron Rail Media, and they were asked the question if they were, their childhood self would be proud of them. And I was thinking, and some of them were like, "Yeah, no, I don't think I'd be very proud of myself." But I think I'm pretty damn proud of me. I mean, I am in the position I am financially that I had to ask for help, but I was told I'd never have kids. I was told that I'd never get out of the slum I was living in with my family, and that I was equated to their everything that was bad about them. But I'm not that, and I'm not there. I'm here, and I'm doing what I wanted to do, which is spread the truth and help people educate themselves so they can educate their children and make the world what we want it to be, and not what other people tell us for it to be. Like, we don't want our children to just sit there and wait to be talked to. I certainly don't want my son to ever wait for somebody to say something to him before he says, "Hey, I'm Riker." Or, "Hey, this is what this is how." But I don't want him to be like, get taken advantage of at the same time. So that's a difficult line to teach. Let's go back to reading I got about 30 minutes before I have to wrap it up. I don't have another. I don't remember which. Ouch. I'm trying to think about the outro, guys, instead of thinking about what I'm doing now, which is going to the theme page and getting that transitioned over. I didn't put the chat over for Rockfin. Anybody on Rockfin? 5 people watching. Thank you. The last Rockfin had $25, I believe, in tips I did not see, and I don't remember the names to call out. But thank you for that. I appreciate you. Doing my best here. I'm just emotionally flustered today. And that's kind of, exposed. Oh, you can't see it. Fantastic. You could just see me talking to myself. Alright, this is what happens after breaks. Distraction. Back to learning. Theme page, main display is what we want. Thank you, Russell. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Very deserving. Y'all are gonna make me cry again. I'm not crying. We're gonna talk about cymatic waves and energy. That's what we're gonna do. when the vibration of a transducer speaker, for example, just brief recap for anybody who's just jumping in. I'm sorry, we're going into Cymatics. We're in the middle of the page. We just took a quick break. I don't know if anybody who's showed up. Russell, I believe you're new in the chat. Whether you've been creeping in the background or not, that's cool. I do that. I like to just listen to people's chats, or chats to their shows, and not have to comment in the chat a million times because I never keep up with the kids and the chat. But I do love talking to everybody I talk to. We were talking about typical Cymatic setup. So when the goodness gracious, when the vibration of a transducer speaker, for example, I believe speaker. Okay. A transducer. Oh, see, why can't we just call it a speaker? Like, why we gotta call it a transducer? This is what I mean. I have to read to you guys. You guys can't hear the words in my head. Good thing about that, yeah? When the vibration of a speaker, for example, vibrates a circle dish of water, it is transforming into a type of transverse wave. As the surface waves of the water are moving perpendicular, right-angled into the direction of energy transfer, the propagation of the original sound wave. And the vibration, I'm trying to understand what I'm reading, and I don't know if it's like not proper grammar or I'm just not comprehending what I'm reading. I haven't eaten that much today. That might have something to do with it. Moving on, as the wave radiates from the I wish these pictures were bigger, but like that would help me. I could read what the heck the descriptions are, and I do better when I've read it before, but I didn't do that, guys. I didn't pre-read it. I was tired. As a wave radiates from the center of the water surface as a surface wave, it encounters a boundary. The walls of the circular dish of the energy is then reflected back onto itself, and it creates nodes and antinodes. The behavior of the waves at the points of minimum and maximum vibrations, in this case, points of amplified peaks and troughs. And then it gives you the definitions of what you think they give you definitions and then give you an explanation, yeah? This creates nodes and antinodes. So a node is a point at which points at which are stationary with zero amplitude at nodes. Oh, I'm sorry. What? At nodes to it's just such a weird word that when they use it in a sentence, it doesn't sound correct. And I'm such a grammar freak that I'm having a hard time reading like things that don't sound correct and how they're placed in the sentence. I'm sorry. Points at which are stationary with zero amplitude at nodes, two waves travel in exactly the same amplitude and out of phase offset with each other. Goodness gracious. So it shows the example right here. So these are the nodes. So they're going, one's going, so they're, antinodes would be the peaks. So the cross points would be the nodes. The antinodes is the top, there you go. Nodes and antinodes of a this plate, the sand vibrate. I can't say that guy's name. Shalani, Shaladni, Shalad. Making a fool of myself here. What was his name? Was it what was his first name? Ernest. There we go. No wonder why he wants to be known as that. His last name sounds better, I'm sure. Of a Ernest plate, the sand vibrates to the points where the plate is not vibrating in the instance of the water surface. In the instance of the water surface, these will be peaks and troughs of the waves and points of intersections in between. I finally understood what I was talking about, and I don't know whether that was so hard to understand for me. I'm sure all of you got that. That was so painful. I'm so sorry. What's my favorite thing about Cymatics? I think really just the patterns that it makes. Like, everybody has their own frequency, and you see it. Like, you can even see, like, in I wish I had a good enough camera. My eyes are like two different colors, and at times they will, like, one eye kind of like changes color a little bit, and you can see almost like, and like, when you zoom into animal eyes and things like that, you see Cymatics there. I just think it's something that's very beautiful and displayed in every aspect of life, between water to the creation of one's self. Like, it's something. But the fact that we can create physical evidence of it and then see it having grown itself, I've seen things like this in fungus. I've seen things in, like, I say fungus, like mushrooms. I can't remember what the name of the mushroom is. It's orange. And they grow on the trees in, like, little flat waves. Gosh, I'm so tired. I keep saying that. It's not fun. I hope everyone is having a much more energetic day than I. Yes, Stephanie. Goodness gracious. I hope you have a great day, Stephanie. All right, guys. On we go. Check the Rockfin chat, see if anybody's popped in there. Hey, Caven. Mr. Shin, how are you? Still love the name, Caven. Very unique. It is 4:37. I got 20 minutes before I gotta wrap it up, and Grandma's gotta get out of here. So let me jump back into this. And am I still on screen share? I should be. I don't think I switched out of it. Yeah, cool. My last show was a lot better than this one, guys. Sorry. I'm tired. I need to not be constantly worried about what's going on out there. I keep hearing thumping. And, like, it's never fun to hear as a mom who never leaves her kids alone with anybody. So they're talking about the Ernest and when he did the brass plate with the violin. This is what he got. They are showing the nodes and the antinode lines. So in this instance, there are many variables that need to be considered to understand how the wave will behave. The density, depth, viscosity of the water, shape, and size of the dish. These could all add up to be the variables of the medium that is being vibrated. Change any of these and you change the dynamics of the medium. Of course, I don't know why someone would think that wouldn't, I don't know. Resonance, if we are to hold the variables of the medium constant and now vibrate it through a series of different frequencies, the medium will will react due to its resonant modes. A wave whose frequency matches one of the median's natural frequencies of vibration and creates standing waves. Standing wave modes arise. Oh my gosh. The description within something I'm trying to understand already is something. Okay, let me read this and then reread it. Okay. If we were to hold the variables of a medium constant and now vibrate it through a series of different frequencies, the medium will react due to its resonant modes and create standing waves. Standing wave modes arise from the combination of reflection and interface, such as the reflected waves interfere constructively with the incident waves. Oh my gosh. There's got to be a way to simplify this. Where's Alan? Here is a short video of it. Okay. So these would be our nodes, and up here is going to be our antinodes. It's my understanding. Lesson learned. There we go. I know that there was more to this and I didn't write it down. I was really on something last night, like some sort of creative madman hunt. I just don't remember what it was. I had something fun that we were going to do. It was in my Pinterest in regards to the bubble Cymatics. I don't think that I saved that page that I was on is the problem. So that's out of the question. This just goes a little bit more in depth of what the what we just all talked about. I cannot read. And Alan reads so fast. I just keep thinking about like how he does his shows for like giving out information, and how does he read so fast and then comprehend also what he's reading? Or does he just already know what he's talking about? That might be the key, guys. I'm gonna open it up for if anybody wants to jump in, say hey, ask me questions in the chat. Comments, what would you like to talk about on our next show? What times of the week work better for a second show? I don't know if I'm going to be doing a walk with me with the weather getting kind of colder and rainier, how it's been lately. But I do want to do more of those. We were talking about going to Bach Tower Gardens, so that would be a fun go. And wild hair, yeah. Yes, Russell, that everything's like perfectly, it's just like organized. It makes my brain happy on how it's just everything's very organized and perfectly spaced. And yes, you said it much more delicately. You said I like the fact that it is a to D representation of frequency that spreads equidistant in every direction. I think that's pretty cool. Yes, agreed. I don't like the background that Skylar has on this. Maybe we'll do a live stream of me finishing that blanket and just planning the next show, talking. Maybe we'll do that later this week. Later in the day. Top chat. Oh my gosh, it's been on top chat, not the whole chat. Oh, this is not fun. Did I get things that I've missed? Justin Johnson, hello. Thank you. You are really just a stand-up guy. White, the gentleman. Live chat. Top chat. No, I want all, right? Live. It usually says all. Anyway, alright guys. I don't have another outro that won't get me copyright. If you rewatched my first schooling or unschooling show, the reason why the intro and the end is clipped is because I had a copyright issue and I didn't want to take the whole show down, so I just clipped the bits out, and I planned on putting bits in, but I thought that would be weird and nobody's complained, so it's gonna stay there. Again, if you want to be active in the community, you can always march into your local whatever public meeting there is and sit in and listen, put in your 2 cents, speak if you want to. I don't remember if I dropped this in the chat or not. I did. Okay, cool. But, yep, that's about all I got for you tonight, guys. I could keep talking about Cymatics if I had somebody who could teach me more about what the heck I'm talking about. And I had more material pulled up. I didn't think that this paper was going to be so, like, detailed and simple at the same time. Like, excessively simple. There wasn't a reason for them to spell it out so like they did. But we will end it up with what they are gonna say. Maybe not. Okay. I thought they had another video or another like link. But alright, I'll stop being boring and bid you all a farewell. Thank you. Ouch. And maybe I can get the kids to sleep early tonight. So I can as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and end the Zoom because I gotta fix that anyway. But alright guys, peace and love. I'm gonna play the same outro again. We all love it anyway. Shout out to Chris, True Earth Entertainment, FMX Radio, for making this for Skylar. He made this for him before Skylar went and was taken away from us. He made this awesome intro, and I finally figured out how to get it onto the computer. Or not necessarily onto the computer, but into OBS in the format that it would be accepted because of various reasons. Thank you, Settlebum. Bless you all. So many blessings and thanks to all of you. Much love. And I will catch you next week, maybe earlier. Who knows? Keep an eye out. I like to surprise people. Much love.
I'm a fighter, 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 fighter. 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 Hey, my name is Tristan, and I'm in second grade, and I asked my teacher to show me an experiment where water curves. She couldn't do it because it doesn't curve. The water always finds the water.
What'd your teacher do?
She just didn't talk to me anymore. All she did was walk away. And I was like, what is this about? What?
That's okay though. For being so young, you're very, very smart. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther. She couldn't do it. I'm a fighter, 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 fighter. I'm a fighter, 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 fighter. I'm a fighter, 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 fighter. I'm a fighter, 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 fighter.